The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Sean.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Ribbit. Or is it too late? How does this work?
Okay, first off, too late. It had to be the first words out of your mouth yesterday morning. And it wasn't ribbit. It was rabbit.
I'm a frog over here. Ribbit.
I don't know what that means. Maybe you're going to get kissed by a princess. But
Ribbit's for the second day of December. You didn't know that?
I was unaware. Does it mean good luck or?
It's still the TBD.
Okay, we'll see what happens to you in December.
Yeah. But good morning. Happy Friday. It's 5:31 right now. It was 5:30, so boom, another race for us, Steph.
There we go. That's a Friday moment for sure.
Yeah, it's December 2nd, and the minus 40 finally beat my old crappy battery.
Oh, no.
I was outlasting it for so long. I was just starting my car in the morning, getting home around noon, starting it again. And then I didn't usually have to start it in the evening, but sometimes I'd just go out for a little jaunt, actually like move all the bells and whistles inside of the engine. And
take it for a spin around the block.
Yeah, get the oil going and all that stuff, just make sure everything's lubricated and good. Didn't do that yesterday in the minus 40.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to start it this morning.
Of course, I'm not surprised.
It sounded like an old man coughing. I was looking out my window and I was pressing the command star, and my car was just like, and then it just didn't start. I was like,
oh.
Yeah, it's understandable. I get where you're coming from, bud. It's really cold out there.
Yeah, and I mean, this poor car has been asking for a new battery for over a year. It has been dying in the minus 40 last year over the Christmas break when we had 2 straight weeks of freezing cold. It was like, please, can I have a new battery? Please. And then you said, no, you can't have a new battery. It's been a whole year, and they're like, I'm still dwindling away. Please. This might be its last sputter. It really might be just that's it, Sean. I've lived my last breath. Give me a new battery.
So you good for a boost after? Or?
We'll see about that. Had some deep regret this morning.
Oh, was waking up and getting out of your sheets? Me too.
Nearly. No, I found this life hack last night that said if you cut a potato in half and then you rub it all over your windshield, that ice is not supposed to build up, that the sugar in the potato creates a barrier. Yeah. Sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But remember what it was last night? Wind chill minus 39 or something like that?
Yeah, it's basically minus 40.
I thought, wow, this is going to be great, but there's no way I'm going out to my car to try it.
Yeah.
But then this morning, ice like I've never seen before on my car. It was as if it heard me say, not today. No. It was like, well, let me just show you how bad the ice can be. Yeah,
no, the ice on my windshield is absolutely horrendous. It's not the type where you can just put some pressure on your bottom hand and it just comes off type of thing. You got to get a chisel out and start whacking away trying to find some fossils in there.
It's true. Or spend your entire tank of gas waiting for it to defrost from the inside out.
Are you doing the windshield wiper fluid on your windshield?
Every once in a while,
yeah.
But I try not to do that because then it freezes. Yeah. Even with this minus 40 windshield washer fluid.
Constantly doing the whole drive to work.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You take some extra time this morning or go get yourself a potato.
Yeah. And like you said, at this point, I'll try anything. Potatoes, sure. Let's give it a go.
Why not? Sean, I just saw a casting call for a reality TV show. Mm. And I know how you love reality TV. Mm-hmm. You want to be on Big Brother Canada. Mm-hmm. But I think you and I, as a team, should apply for Amazing Race Canada.
I'm listening.
Okay.
I like the sounds of it. What's the prize in this bad boy again?
So they haven't said what this year's prize is, but last year's prize was $250,000.
Yes.
2 Chevy Silverado trucks.
Yes.
And a trip for 2 around the world.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty great. What,
yeah.
You don't want to go around the world? The last prize didn't sound like a yes to you?
Yeah. You're not my first person to choose, but I shouldn't be you have a husband.
I don't know. Maybe each person got a trip for 2. You think it was like me and you have to travel around the world together? Yeah, I thought we would have to go
everywhere. That'd be a little weird.
Maybe we could buy the other out of
That's
that
right.
trip.
Yeah, but everything else sounds great. I love the sounds of that. And I think we'd have a good shot at getting on too. I think we would make an excellent content kind of application video that we would at least get an interview easily.
Yeah, because we always are talking to each other, and basically they say they want you to show your personalities as a team. We already are a team, and they want to see teammates talking, interacting, and being themselves. Well,
I think we'd be amazing television.
I don't know if people say we have a face for radio though. Perhaps That's one
hat's
thing
for.
to think
That's
about.
Yeah, we can cover that up a little bit. The only problem I have with all this, though, is I don't want to do this with you.
Why?
You get a paper cut and you want to bow out for the rest of the day.
I could start training now, Sean. Not
You
with
bump
paper
your
cuts.
elbow and you complain about a bruise for a month.
It's biting my cheek is my biggest thing I complain about. And I'll just wear a mouth guard. I'll just try not to do that.
You'll roll around in a bubble and I'll try and get all the things done.
Okay. I feel like my brain power, your athleticism, I
Yeah.
think we could do something together.
Yeah.
Not an insult on your smarts there.
I think we could go 3 episodes. I think we could get, and then we'd probably get.
That's good enough for me. Let's just do it. It sounds like fun.
Yeah. Okay. I think like my best chance to get on a show is with you doing this, but I don't think we'd go far. So I'm like torn.
Because if you can't win the $250,000, you're that competitive. You just don't want to do
a little
it.
bit.
Wow, nothing's ever for the fun for you. You have to win, or it's not worth
I want
it.
the money.
Rather stay in his bed. What a guy.
Well, Canada Soccer didn't get done, but that was expected going into the tournament. So I don't think anyone should really be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, that was their first time in 36 years. The fact that they even made it, I feel like, was enough of a win, right?
Yeah.
Kind of? Was it enough of a win for you?
It's sad to say it in that way. Like, we don't like moral victories. We don't like, just making it there was enough. Because obviously you want to strive for more. But I don't think the expectations were... I think for the players and coaches, it's different because they always strive for excellence. They always, like, in their locker room, they're probably just like, let's prove that we're more than just making it here. Let's get to the knockout round. Let's win the whole thing. Like, that's the mindset whenever you're an athlete or whenever you're a coach, anything of that nature. You don't just want to settle for good enough type of thing. But I think as a fan base, you can kind of just be like, you know what? Like, it was just amazing to be back. Like, I don't think your expectations should have been, we should have beaten Belgium. We should have beaten Croatia. We should have beaten Morocco, that type of thing, because they've been established for all these years that we haven't made the tournament.
For sure, for sure. I do kind of wish they won one game, and I wish it was their second one.
Against Croatia?
Yeah, only because the first one they were sad.
Yeah.
The second one they could have been like rally together, like we could still do this.
Yeah.
So then they had, I don't know, just like a little bit of something to take home. But I think the fact that they actually got to be in Qatar is amazing. I'm stoked for them.
Yeah, and like it was just so they have such a young squad too, and just so many of them. It's sad. It's wild that it's every 4 years. I hate that part. I hate that 4 years is such a long time to wait in between like tournaments. But there's so much going on from now until that 4 years that hopefully it can fulfill, and hopefully it inspired just so many more people across the nation to play soccer and everything. But I mean, if you wanted to look at some absolute legends that are going to be taking the pitch, Steph, the World Cup on the women's side is next year.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and it's in Australia, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Like, that is great. And the women, queens, okay? Christine Sinclair is probably one of the best footballers in the entire world, regardless if you're like a woman, a man, non-binary, whatever it is. Best. And she's 100% going to score in the next World Cup next year, and she'll become the first, I'm just like foreshadowing this, she'll become the first person to score in like 6 major tournaments ever, men or women, anything aside. And so that's what we have to look forward to. The women, they're absolute top class. So that's what I'm looking forward to now.
All right. I like it. Big anniversary tomorrow. 30 years ago tomorrow, the first text message ever sent
Wow.
read Merry Christmas.
1992?
Yep.
Math
Sent-
guy.
Math guy. It's 30 years. It was not hard math, but I guess I'll give it to you. Also, I think you were born in 92. No, you weren't.
90.
Okay, so you just had to subtract 2 years. Anyway, on December 3rd, 1992, first text message ever sent said Merry Christmas. They sent it from a computer to a Vodafone phone.
A little early.
What?
Merry Christmas.
It's
on the,
December.
On the 3rd?
You can say, I've been saying Merry Christmas for weeks. But it got me thinking about the first text message I ever sent.
Oh, yeah.
I remember being in high school.
You remember it?
Yes, because I remember how frustrated I was. There was this dude texting me, and I was trying to text back to him. And every time I was typing words, I was getting almost the word out, and then it would switch to a different word. and it was because T9 was turned on.
Was it T9?
Yeah, but I didn't know what T9 was. And I was just trying to say, I'm good, how are you? And it was like, blah, 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 blah. Nonsensical message.
Yeah.
But then I wanted to reply and like respond to his kind gesture of sending me a text.
Were y'all texting during school hours?
Yes, Sean.
Wow.
I know, we were the first. No.
Wow.
But it definitely was on like a very old Nokia phone.
Yeah.
I think it happened in 2003. So.
Do you have the brick?
I think so.
Was it the big brick?
It didn't have
a flip? Was it a flip?
No, it didn't have a front flipper or anything like that.
Oh.
It was just numbers on the front, tiny little screen. It was green.
I had the phone that was like maybe smaller than the mouse, smaller than a computer mouse, and it was a flip phone, and it had an antenna that you could pull up and everything, and it was T9 as well. And I'm pretty sure I think I met my high school girlfriend when we didn't have phones, so I'm pretty sure she was the first one. I was like, Mom, Dad, I need to text my girlfriend. And I think that's how
parents pay for your cell phone. Is that what you're trying to say there?
No, actually, yeah, no, I don't know. Mom or Dad, call in. Let me know if you paid for my cell phone. I can't remember.
Hello, Chris speaking.
Hey, Chris. This is Steph and Sean calling from Mix 103.7. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
We are doing wonderful. We have some really good news for you this morning.
Okay.
Hey, so Chris, we have been running this kind of nomination contest throughout the entire year of 2022. And every month we pick a new winner. It's just about people in the sports community, whether it's like coaches, volunteers, players who are doing amazing things that are too humble to recognize the amazing things that they're doing. And you have been nominated more than a handful of times for a lot of the work that you've done with the Ptarmigan Nordic Ski Club and beyond. And so on behalf of us, Steph, and along with some of our sponsors, we just want to say congratulations, Chris. You are our December Wood Buffalo Sports Connection Community Champion of the Month.
Wow, thank you.
You are so welcome. So some of the things that your nominees had to say, Megan, Aldora, Matthew, Carlin, Jadine, even more people nominated you as well. They said that you brought cross-country ski racing to the region. You also brought an Alberta Cup race to Fort McMurray for the first time. They talked about you sitting on the chair for the Arctic Winter Games cross-country ski team.
And they just went on to say, like, you do so much with, like, mentoring and building a ski team and everything. And that not only do you do all that, steward for the Birchwood Trails, the Doug Bard's Cabin, the list goes on and on and on. So we want to recognize you with a couple of gift cards here.
Wow, thank you.
You're so welcome. So today you are going to be getting a $200 Visa gift card as well as a $50 gift card to Direct Workwear.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Congrats. Thanks for being so awesome in our community. We appreciate all the people like you and especially you today.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
I always feel like there are things that exist and then they make a word for them and you're like, I learned a new word. And it's like, well, I knew that was a thing. Learned the term for something yesterday. Do you know what doxing is, Sean?
Doxing, I've heard of this. Let me see. Let me rack my brain a little bit. I've heard people toss it around. It has to do with the internet for sure. I remember that. It's like exposing someone on the internet, maybe.
Yes.
That type of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty close. Very much so, actually, but...
Level up your lexicon.
Your lexicon.
Right? I learned it only yesterday.
I think this is the second one I've ever gone right.
It's true. So doxing is when you do something with malicious intent on the internet to expose somebody.
Yeah.
So basically, you publish their address without their
there we
permission
go.
in hopes that people will
doxed them.
really freak them out.
Yeah.
But there's a lady on TikTok who's doing it as a nice thing to do. And
Is this the TikTok lady who, like, comment if you want me to find you or something?
yeah, so her name is Kristen Sokatoon, and she is saying, hey, like, it is actually really easy, even if you think that you're private,
Yes.
for me to find information about you. And so she's saying, if you think that you're so private, give me permission to try and dox you.
And she, like, finds her birthdays and stuff?
Yeah.
I've scrolled it. I love these because I'm a creep myself, so I love it.
Yeah, so she's basically like, you can't hide on the internet. Nothing is as private as you think it is. And basically, just because you don't publish your birthday doesn't mean that your mom hasn't
Friends,
tagged you in a post.
workplaces,
It's like,
yeah.
happy birthday to my only son. And
I've taken notes. I've watched these and taken notes.
so, do you really?
No.
It makes sense because if I ever need to find somebody, I do go to you and say, can you please creep this person? I can't figure it out. I'm reminded of the time that I was in Banff and there was these two girls who were
Help me on it.
they were really taking some booty photos. They were like,
I had to find the booty photos.
I saw them all over Banff, and Sean was like, oh, I can find it. And I was like, I've searched the hashtags. Like, I can't find these girls, but I really feel like we had a moment together because as I was touring Banff, so were they, but they were getting their Instagram shots. And within 2 minutes, you were like, here they are. I'm like, yes, that is them. Like, you could be this TikTok girl,
Anything
too.
for the booty, I'll tell you that much. I mean, no, for the goodwill of finding them for you.
Gotta give a giant shout out to all the people who registered their addresses this month. We did Mix on a Mission, and we teamed up with Luso Clothing, put it up on our website and said, hey, we're going to collect winter gear for the Center of Hope.
Yeah.
And if you have some jackets, some boots, some hats or mitts or anything like that that you want to donate, we'll come and pick it up from you. You just got to tell us where you live.
Yeah, and it was like perfect timing. I think we sent it out in the start of November type of thing. And when we had those kind of plus days where you could go through that like fall, winter purge and you could just be like, yes, no, you're cleaning out your closet and you're just revamping everything. And like you said, huge shout out to everyone that's going to make a difference moving forward.
For sure, because we were able to collect 24 giant bags full of winter gear.
Wow.
And we opened a couple of them. Brand new boots in there.
Wow.
Great. So many things that can be used again by somebody else, which is just so cool that our city can come together and help each other out and give and make a difference. And yesterday we went to drop off the donations at the Center of Hope. I met some wonderful folks there. And the three amigos, these three great gents there, said, we love Mix. Can you please give us a shout out? And so absolutely, shout out to the three amigos who are hanging out there and just really excited about getting your donation. So thanks so much for helping out. And hello, Three Amigos. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, we love y'all back. Three Amigos, shout out to y'all.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.